Yo guys, what's going on? Today we're doing the double thumb roll. That's the move. Here is a slow-mo. Okay guys, so there's 3 different moves I want you to learn before this. 1, the Y2K standard. You should know this by now. Simple roll around your thumb and open. The thing with the Y2K is you want to be quite good at it. A lot of the time when you start the Y2K off at first and you roll it around your thumb, it's pretty low on your thumb and it looks kind of sloppy. So something kind of like that. What you want to do is you want to have your Y2K to the point where you're confident and you can fling it up out quickly and it's going up high around your thumb. So you see when I do it, it's way up here on my thumb, and that's important because it's going to give you a little bit more speed, a little bit more precision, and both those things are very important for this double roll. Another thing you're going to want to know is the double index roll, which for obvious reasons it's also a double roll. It's a little bit different than this one and it feels different. It's a little bit of a different motion, but it's still very useful to know, I think. Third thing is the standard Chaplin, because the Chaplin is just going to teach you how rotations work, how to control them, which of course is also important. So those 3 things, Y2K, double index roll, and Chaplin, will help you. Now, to begin this move, you're going to start off in a standard Y2K grip, holding the right handle with your thumb. You're going to fling the safe handle out in such a manner that it hits your thumb pretty high up. You're going to do 1 rotation, and you're going to do a 2nd rotation, and you're going to catch. Easy peasy, right? Now, I didn't really need to tell you that. You could have seen that from the tutorial. So I'm going to get in some tips. Of course, it's hard to explain this trick specifically because it's so simple, but I'm going to get some good tips, I think. So first tip, I'm going to go over just the motion of the kind of whip that happens to get the 2nd roll going. Now I can explain it and it's not really going to help you do it, but it might just help you conceptualize it a little bit. So what you're going to do is you're going to just start off holding your thumb like you're holding a knife or doing a Chaplin with a knife or something. You're going to begin by just pulling your arm backwards maybe half an inch. So the assistance here for the 2nd roll starts off with a little bit of a backwards motion. That's how it feels to me anyway. So you do a little bit of a jerk backwards, and you jerk your thumb backwards about half an inch. And what you're going to do is you're going to do a very small counterclockwise rotation with your thumb. After this jerk, your thumb's at 12. You're going to go around in a very small rotation and come back where you were. So what that'll look like is something like this. The small counterclockwise rotation ending up back at 6 o'clock, right? Bam. Now, so I guess I'll just do a double roll again, something like that, right? So you see in there, I kind of get a backwards pull and a loop around. And so the time at which this little pull and circle happens is right when you would catch after doing 1 rotation. So you're going to hold the bite handle, fling out the knife around your thumb. It's going to do whatever half rotation. I would be catching the safe handle, but instead I'm going to do a pull backwards. The knife's going to spin. I'm going to do a rotation here, and then I'm going to catch the safe handle like so. So, got the bite handle, flick it out around right about here when I would catch is when I pull back and around, and then into the catch and open. Now, the easiest way I think to learn this trick is because it's so hard, it happens so quickly, is to kind of slow it down. And so the best way to slow down a thumb roll is, in my opinion, is to grab the safe handle and you're going to do a backhand twirl. So you got the safe handle, you fling the bite handle over the back of your hand, you insert your index finger in front of the safe handle, you fling the blade towards you, you take your thumb, you put it behind the safe handle, and you're going to fling out the bite handle into a Zen roll, right? So once again, right, you got your thumb, you fling it out, you insert your index, you flip it over your index, thumb goes behind, and you go into a Zen roll. Now the thing with doing a Zen roll this way is you can really slow it down, right? So you can start with the safe handle, you fling it out, and you can really do, see that was way too slow, but right, you can see how that is much slower, and it feels a lot more controlled, I think you'll notice, than like a standard standard pen grip Y2K. So what you're going to do anyways is you're going to do a Zen roll as slowly as possible. And when you slow it down, you can kind of get a feel for how it gets controlled when it does a rotation. So even just slowing down your Zen rolls, I think, is going to help you with this move. But so you got this slow Zen roll, and what you're going to do is basically right when you throw it out, you're going to do a push forwards. So what that'll look like is something that you do this roll, flings out, and right away basically you're going to push forwards with your thumb, and that's going to really get a spin going. It's going to be pretty hard to control, and it's probably going to go flying, so let's see what happens. Right, so you see how it kind of goes flying there, but you're going to get a gist for how you can control the spin by pushing and pulling and all these things. And so if you do it right, you can actually see that it's kind of sloppy and it's pretty hard, but you can do a double roll from a slow Zen roll. You can kind of change it into a fast one, which is kind of a fun exercise, but it's a good way to understand how pushing works. And so you can even from there, you can see I can do a pretty quick, maybe I can't do a pretty quick double rollout, but yeah, there you go. So you can do a double roll, and this is even quicker, and it involves, I think it involves a little bit less of this little thumb motion because you just do such a hard push and it just goes flying and just does all the rotations for you for the most part. Anyways, that's another way to get into it. But to be honest, the best way to do this move is just to do one Zen roll and just try and extend it as best you can by, after the first Zen roll, just pulling and then pushing around and doing a little bit of a rotation and then catching the safe handle and going into it, right? So just standard. So that was too much. Standard, fair, double thumb roll over, just like that. Now in the future, we're going to get into triple rolls and all kinds of crazy stuff. So this one's a really good one to learn. All right, guys, so that's it. Hope you guys liked that one. Thanks for watching. Peace.